So, you still think you know music? Well, lend an attentive ear to the questions of the sixth and last round. Activity of this round begins with the pianist playing three compositions, each containing in their titles a musical instrument. As each composition is played, discover and write down the hidden musical instrument. Let's see what you can do with number one. This is a very interesting musical instrument, the ill woodwind that nobody blows good. Do you have its name? Write it down. Now number two. Yes, that is kind of an abrupt ending, but this is sort of a special kind of an instrument. Do you have its name? Write it down. And now number three. You really have two choices in this one, but any one will do. Write it down. Time's almost up. And it is. Now for the second question of this last round, we are to presuppose that the orchidaceous Mr. Walter Winchell has been assigned to cover the operatic world. Such being the case, what operas would these three items refer to? Number one.
Item. Your reporter has an inside tip that American sailor who left a certain lonely heart in Nippon is about to return.
You have the opera suggested by this item. Write it down. Now let's try number two.
Flash. What actress in what company of strolling players is making a clown out of her actor husband?
That's number two. And you have the opera that suggests. And now the third and last.
Item. By way of the high seas, Dame Rumor hath it that Irish princess betrothed to the King of Cornwall is that way about the king's nephew who was sent to escort her home.
That's an easy one and really shouldn't cause you any trouble. Do you have the name of that opera? Write it down. And now for the last question of the last round, the Class in the Classics presents a little lesson in musical anatomy. What parts of the human body can you find in these three musical selections? Number one. This is a very important part of the human body. Do you know what it is? Now let's try number two. Well, what part of the human body can you find hidden in the title of this composition? Write it down. And now for the third and last one. This is a part of the human body that not all of us have all of the time. Do you know what it is? Write it down. Time's up, and we've come to the end of round number 6 and the first album of So You Think You Know Music. We hope that your musical quotient is high, and please always remember that there is no truer truth obtainable by man than that which comes from music.